What's going on, Unfazed Frights crew? So a while back I took a poll on the Unfazed Frights channel asking viewers what they wanted to see more of. And the one that got the most views, kind of surprisingly, was people wanting to hear me tell more ghost stories, more personal ghost stories. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you a ghost story tonight. So, this was about, I want to say a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago. And one of my buddies and I were thinking about being roommates, so we started looking at different houses in the valley. We went up to one up in kind of North Phoenix around like 43rd Ave and Greenway area. I'm not going to say the exact address or the exact street that it was on because, you know, someone's living there now, so I don't want to draw too much attention to the place. But anyway, it was in that neck of the woods. If you're from Phoenix, you know the area. If you're not, doesn't matter. So yeah, we went and we checked out this place, and it really checked all the boxes for us. It was pretty nice, 2-story house, and yeah, surprisingly good price. So we're like, well, let's go check this out. It's kind of a nice neighborhood, nice looking house. Let's see what it's all about. So it was one of the self-guided tours, so there was no realtor involved. So we just picked a time, went there. It was, you know, after we both got off work, so it was nighttime, and we got the key out of the lockbox, you know, right by the front door. We unlocked it, showed ourselves inside. When we went inside, immediately the first thing we noticed was how stinky it was. It smelled like dogs and really harsh chemicals trying to like cover up the smell of dog. But it was brutal. Like, it was like a wall of stink when you walked into it. Like, made my eyes water immediately. It was like overpowering. So that was red flag number one. But we thought, okay, maybe they had a lot of pets. Maybe the pets peed all over the place or something. So they're trying to mask the smell. Maybe we could air it out, right? So we opened up the back sliding door, kind of got some air circulating in there. And we thought, okay, well, maybe, you know, if this place is a real gem, it looks really nice, you know, maybe we could air it out. So we said, okay, let's continue to check it out. So we went in the backyard, and that was the second weird thing. It was a very triangular, small backyard for such a big place. It was like a fairly large 2-story house, 3-bedroom, and the backyard didn't make sense based on like where it was located in relation to the other houses around it. Like, a small triangular backyard just didn't make sense. So we thought that was kind of strange. And also in the back there was this brick structure that was, you know, fairly tall, but it wasn't a fire pit, and it wasn't something you could sit inside of like a patio. So we couldn't quite figure out what it was. And I thought, well, maybe it was like some kind of shrine, you know, like maybe it was like a Buddhist family with statues on it or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was strange. So we thought, okay, that's weird, but whatever. So we went back inside, looked at the kitchen. The kitchen was pretty beat up, pretty rough around the edges. It had definitely seen better days. And like I said, the smell of the dog and the chemical was just, like I said, eye-watering. It was just gnarly. So then we went into the garage. We checked out the garage, and my buddy was looking around. He opened up this little storage closet that was there in the garage, and as we were walking around, it shut on its own pretty forcefully. Like, it like made a pretty loud sound when it closed. And we both looked, and we were like, that was creepy. Like, what was that about, you know? And thought, okay, well, you know, it definitely wasn't the wind, you know, because we were in an enclosed garage. So that was weird. We both thought that was really strange. So we moved on. We went inside. And we weren't like freaked out by it. We were just like, oh, that's weird, you know? But it wasn't like scary in the moment, you know? But in retrospect, it was spooky. So I said, okay, let's go check out upstairs. Went upstairs, went in the master bedroom. It was okay. I went in the other bedrooms. They were very small, but I thought, well, you know, for the price, it's workable, you know? And then I had to go to the bathroom. So I was like, well, I'm just going to use the bathroom here upstairs. So my buddy went back downstairs and continued looking around, and I used the upstairs bathroom. When I was finished, I left the bathroom and I walked out, and I looked to my left down the hall, back to the master bedroom. And the master bedroom had the lights off, and the door was open just like a foot or so. And to get back downstairs, you had to walk by this master bedroom. And as I walked closer to it, I just got the overwhelming feeling of being watched from inside that master bedroom. With every step as I got closer to it, it just felt like someone was staring me down from inside that master bedroom. And it felt creepy. It felt really creepy. And like I said, my friend was downstairs, and as soon as I walked past the master bedroom, I kind of tapped it open with my foot a bit, and I just felt like, oh my God, I want to run away from this room as quickly as possible. It just felt like someone was hiding on the other side of the door. It was creepy. It was very creepy. So I went down the stairs quickly, and I met my buddy. He was down in the living room close to the front door, and without even telling him what I had felt upstairs, he immediately looked at me and said, "You want to get the hell out of here?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go." So we got out, and as soon as I turned the lights off, the light switch was, a few feet away from the door. When I turned the light off, and I was in the darkness of that house for 5, 6, maybe 7 seconds, getting walking over to the front door, I felt like someone was coming up behind me. Like, it was like this scary feeling of like, oh my God, like someone's rushing me right now, coming after me. So I quickly got out, closed the door, locked it, put the key back in the lockbox, and we went out to the car. When we got in the car and got away from the house, that's when I told my buddy, I was like, dude, that was a weird house. And he said the same thing. He's like, dude, when you were upstairs, he's like, I felt like I was being watched. And he said, when you were coming down, he's like, it felt like an energy was coming down behind you. And he's like, I just had the feeling, we needed to get out of there. And I was like, dude, I felt the exact same thing. I felt the exact same thing totally. And what's interesting thing about that is, my buddy's not really into the paranormal. He's not very spiritual. He's not sensitive to that kind of stuff or in tune with it at all. So for him to say that and say that he felt it so strong, it was really obvious, And yeah, it freaked me out, man. I was like, dude, that place felt weird. And we kind of speculated about it a little bit, and we thought, well, what could have caused that? What made that place so weird? And I thought, well, that smell of chemicals and dog and all that. I said, what if it wasn't just pets, but what if that was a drug house? What if they had manufactured drugs there or sold drugs there? I don't know. But what if it was like a meth house or something, But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened there, but whatever it was wasn't good. It was a very strong negative energy, and needless to say, we did not rent the place. So I did keep tabs on it for a few weeks after that, and finally someone did rent it. But it did cross my mind, and now looking back on it, I wish I would have done it. But I thought, man, I should have reserved another tour of the place and gone in and done a quick vlog of it and done like a little mini ghost hunt. But someone's living there now, so can't really do it. But yeah, that was super weird, super creepy, and yeah, I don't really know what to say about it, but it was just very, very unusual. So anyway, have you guys experienced anything like that? Have you ever lived in a haunted house or rented a place that was spooky, or gone to a place like that and immediately felt that something was off? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories, because it was bizarre, to say the least. But I'm pretty in tune with that stuff. But what was so crazy about it was that my friend is not into that at all, and usually that stuff goes over his head. So for him to feel it, I think it was pretty intense. But anyway, strange stuff. So if you guys like these stories, let me know. I've got quite a few more. I'd like to go deeper into it and talk about some of the early stories that I have from when I was a teenager. I saw a shooting star. Cool. Shooting star. Make a wish. But yeah, I definitely have more stories, so if you'd like to hear more, let me know. And yeah, remain unfazed, guys, and keep it frightening. Let me say that again. Sound a little off. Remain unfazed and keep it frightening. That was better. It's a little smoother. All right. Take care, guys. Thanks.